This video and its content are protected by and operate underneath the guides of the Fair Use Act.
That girl Henny, y'all gotta go to her channel.
The girl Henny, do you know who she is?
She a blogger or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where did this lady come from?
You right?
Tripping on your ass.
She on your life, G.
Shout out to Henny over there.
Yo, what's poppin', Henny gang. If you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click that notification bell, select all so that you get notified whenever I do a video. And if you are a returning Mob Down Henny Gang member, now let's get into this topic. Now, as you can tell from the thumbnail, Chrisean, she has been standing on her business and handling all of her legalities. And she did tell us that she was doing this, but I know there's a lot of naysayers out there that didn't want to believe that she was taking care of business. Now, if you remember, I did bring to you that Chrisean had cleared up her Maryland warrant. And this warrant was quashed just days after she came home from Oklahoma. As you can see, it was quashed on September 10th, okay? So she no longer has any warrants that are standing in her way at all, because the only warrants that she did have were in California, which she did a 30-day stint for, and Maryland and Oklahoma. So there are no warrants out there for Chrisean at all. And in this video, we're going to get into her answer to the James Wright civil case, not to be confused with the criminal case that she has with the state of California versus Chrisean. First and foremost, Chrisean has hired Michelle Mihel to handle her California case. This lawyer is, first of all, female, okay? Well, I should say, second of all, female. And she's been licensed for over 30 years. So this is off to a great start for her. And guess what? There's been an answer to the James Wright case. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this case is getting on the way. I mean, listen, Chrisean did tell us in her video when she first got home that she was standing on business, and I am so proud of her for handling her stuff. But let me just remind y'all of what she said on her first flight home.
Yeah, but I'm getting all my stuff situated. Like, I'm just trying to take care of my responsibilities. That's my priorities right now, is my priorities.
So, yes, that's Chrisean telling us that she was taking care of her priorities and meaning it. So now, y'all, without any further ado, let's get into what Chrisean's answers have been to the James Wright case. Now, as you can see on the screen, I have pulled up James Wright's original case against Chrisean, because we're going to have to do something a little different, okay? We're going to have to go back and forth in order for us to be able to understand exactly what it is that she's answering to. Because in her answer, of course, there is no breakdown of what he said and what she's answering. It's just all of her answers to the different lines that are placed inside of this document right here. So what I am going to tell you from reading this document, Chrisean's lawyer did not come to play, okay? And I'm going to let you know, answers 1 through 15 are all the same answer. And then I believe it's like 16 through 20 something. Those answers are all the same. So I'm not going to read the whole and entire document because we've already done this before. What I'm going to do is read the important parts, which is what he's accusing her of and what she's answering to that. And then we're going to read her affirmative defense. Okay, so let's get into these court docs. So now the first cause of action that James is alleging is, of course, we're going to start from this line right here, which is line 6. And it says that This case arises from injuries suffered by the plaintiff, which would be James, after he was allegedly struck several times in the face by defendant while they were both at a concert event working in different capacities. All right. And it goes on to say, on or about November 11th, 2023, at approximately 12:30 a.m., plaintiff James and defendant Chrisean were in one of the dressing rooms at the Nova, located at 800 West Olympic Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, when they became engaged in a conversation. During the short conversation, defendant commented to the plaintiff how nice he was and how different he was from everyone else at the event who had been mean to her. Now we know that people were being mean to Chrisean, but I must say that for myself, but I don't think we all know that that's a little bullshit. Sorry, I had a little tickle, okay? All right. So plaintiff believes, okay, wait. During the short conversation, defendant comments, okay, nice he was, everybody was mean to her. Defendant, which is Chrisean, was crying and visibly upset because she stated everyone was lying about her not being where she was supposed to be for her part of the performance. Plaintiff, which is James, believes and based thereon alleges that the defendant was misinformed about her role that evening, as she was only supposed to participate in the ending of the concert performance called the twerk off portion. Plaintiff believes and based thereon alleges that defendants thought she was supposed to have a larger performance role individually as a rap artist. Plaintiff tried to console defendant and confirmed to the defendant that she was not at the designated area, as everyone else said he would have seen her. All right. Then he goes on to describe how, allegedly she knocked him in the face, told him some derogatory comments, and that down here at 14, which is here, the defendant intended to cause and did cause plaintiff to suffer apprehension of an immediate harmful contact. All right. So this was me reading lines 6 through 14, which is almost the whole allegation. And baby, we're going to get into Chrisean's answers right now. So as I stated, she is responding. So defendant Chrisean Malone, herein responding party or defendant, answers the verified complaint of James Wright, herein Wright or plaintiff, as follows. Answering paragraph 1, defendant is without sufficient knowledge to admit nor deny the allegations contained herein. Okay. And this is how her answers have read throughout this whole response. Okay. So we started at line 6, and the answer that she has for line 6 is defendant is without sufficient information to admit or deny the allegations detailed in this paragraph, and based thereon, defendant denies generally and specifically each and every allegation contained therein. Now, what they're saying, this is what I'm gathering. Remember, I'm not a lawyer or whatever. I just be looking some stuff up and understand a little bit of things a little here and there, okay? But what this is basically saying to me is there's not enough information for us to determine whether or not these allegations could possibly even be true. But at the same time, and with that being said, we're denying all of the allegations. Baby. And like I said, it is that all the way down to line 15. Now at line 16 is where the verbiage kind of changes up, and we're going to read what is in line 16, and that goes all the way down, all the way through, and we're looking at it right now. Into, I want to say about line 21, 22. Yeah. About line 22, okay? So we're going to go and we're going to skip around the James allegations to see what the generalized answer is that they're giving. Actually, 22 looks like it may be a little changed, okay? So let's go line for line, document for document, and see what is being said. So we're going to jump on down to line 21, okay? And this is what line 21 says. It says, as a direct and proximate result of the actions of the defendant as alleged herein, Plaintiff has suffered extreme and severe emotional distress in that he is afraid for his safety and has limited his social and career gatherings as well as other damages in an amount not yet asserted, but which exceeds the jurisdictional minimum of this court and will be proven at the time of trial. Now, honey, just let me tell you, okay, this is where Chrisean lawyer steps in, and this is where y'all are going to begin to love her too, because this is getting good. Now, as to that paragraph, this is what Chrisean's lawyer has said. Answering paragraph 21, except as expressly admitted, defendant lack sufficient information and belief to be able to admit or deny any and every allegation regarding plaintiff's alleged emotional distress, any alleged limitations based thereon and or alleged damages, and based on the lack of information or belief, denies generally and specifically each and every allegation to the extent the remaining allegations state only legal theory and argument of counsel. An answer is not required. To the extent a further response is required, defendant denies generally and specifically each and every remaining allegation. Now, child, what I'm gathering from this, okay, this is Henny's interpretation of this, all right? All right. So what I'm gathering from this is they basically saying like, look, we don't have enough information or enough evidence to be able to confirm nor deny anything. And everything that you are saying right now just sounds like legal theories and the counsel's argument. So therefore, we ain't even got to answer this. So we're not going to answer this. And we deny every and all of these allegations that are being made in this paragraph. Baby, I'm loving her. All right. Let's jump down into line 22 of James's allegation. So line 22 reads, defendant did the action alleged herein with malice and with the intent to oppress the plaintiff and cause him to suffer injury. I'm sorry. In that the defendant harbored ill will towards plaintiff. Plaintiff is thus entitled to exemplary and punitive damages in the amount according to proof at trial. Now let's get into what her lawyer had to say. Child, the answer to this one, defendant denies generally and specifically each and every allegation that defendant. And what was her answer? Let's try that again. Defendant denies generally and specifically each and every allegation that defendant acted with malice. Denies generally and specifically each and every allegation that defendant acted with intent to oppress. Denies generally and specifically each and every allegation that defendant harbored ill will towards the plaintiff. To the extent the remaining allegations state only legal theory and argument of counsel. An answer is not required. To the extent a further response is required, defense denies generally and specifically each and every remaining allegation. So once again, we don't have any proof of this, and this is just the councilman's argument placed into a legal document, and there is not an answer that is required for that. But if y'all need an answer, the answer is the defendant denies generally and specifically each and every remaining allegation. Baby, I am loving this. Now let's jump down into 23, okay? And we're going to get into that. All right, y'all. So now we down at line 23 in the James doc. Okay, line 23 says defendant denies. Okay, so boom. Wait a minute, because I'm in the wrong dot. Hold on. All right, here we go. We on line 23. Okay, as a direct and so now let's read what line 23 says in James's paperwork. It says, as a direct and proximate result of defendant's conduct, plaintiff suffered numerous physical injuries, including face lacerations and a chipped tooth. Or is it a chunch tooth? I don't remember. Plaintiff has also suffered extreme mental anguish and severe emotional distress, as well as physical pain and suffering. Child. Now, Chrisean's lawyer responded and said, defendant denies generally and specifically each and every allegation that plaintiff suffered numerous physical injuries and suffered extreme mental anguish and severe emotional distress, as well as physical pain and suffering, to the extent the remaining allegations state only legal theory and argument of counsel. An answer is not required. To the extent a further response is required, defendant denies generally and specifically each and every allegation. Baby, this is how this whole document read all the way down from 1 through 27. Okay. Now, even to the request for relief. All right. Baby, if this is being petty, I'm here for it. Okay. Because it says answering plaintiff's prayer for relief on the first cause of action, defendant denies that plaintiff is entitled to the relief sought or to any relief, meaning he ain't entitled to nothing, zero, zilch, nada. Okay. Answering plaintiff's prayer for relief on the second cause of action, defendant denies that plaintiff is entitled to the relief sought or to any relief. All right. And the same thing for 31 on the next prayer for relief. Okay. Separate and affirmative defenses. This is where it gets juicy, y'all. Y'all ready? As separate and distinct defenses to the plaintiff's complaint, defendant is informed and believe and thereon alleges that the following are likely to have evidentiary support after a reasonable opportunity for further investigation, and based thereon alleges the following. Y'all ready? First affirmative defense, failure to state a claim. All right. The claimant, James, and every purported cause of action contained therein fails to state a claim upon which relief may be granted. Specifically, the complaint does not provide sufficient facts to constitute a valid legal claim. So she's saying that this does not hold any validity for it to even be here. All right. The second affirmative defense, failure to mitigate. Without admitting the existence of an injury and or damage, which is expressly denied, plaintiff failed to mitigate any damages he may have sustained. In alternative, plaintiff's recovery, if any, must be reduced by those damages that plaintiff failed to mitigate by virtue of his own acts or omission of others chargeable to the plaintiff. Now, what exactly are they talking about, right? Oh, baby. Oh, this is getting good. How many of y'all remember this? Oh, this gotta be part of what they're talking about. Let's play it and let's remind ourselves.
Really sit here, still hiding his face. And first of all, it's nothing wrong with his face. While y'all talking about still hiding his face, it's nothing wrong with his face. He's still the James that y'all see on Instagram. Yeah. It's nothing wrong with his face.
It's nothing wrong with his face. He's still the James that y'all know from Instagram. There's nothing wrong with his face. But that ain't what he's been alleging, baby.
Say hi to your life. Let me see. He sleep. Yeah. Tell him, say what's up. It is the daughter.
Now, remember, they was trying to show him and he turned his face and pretended he was asleep. And these are the daughters, ladies and gentlemen. And I swear, this video, I knew this video was going to come back and bite him in the end. And I'm quite sure y'all did too. But let's listen just a little bit more.
It's his daughter, y'all. Yeah, it's nothing wrong with the face. Yeah, y'all really do too much. Y'all be in everybody's business but y'all own. And they do.
And do.
Like that.
Just follow us.
Yeah.
We really his daughters.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about what happened. At the end of the day, his face is clear. There's nothing wrong with his face. Whatever fake allegations y'all be making up.
Yep. Period.
All that.
Yeah.
He enjoyed his birthday.
We came to see James T, and we came to beat y'all up.
Why did y'all come to see his teeth? Like, he got regular teeth just like me, just like her. All his teeth are there. Oh, I'll tell you, fads are so messy.
No, baby. Your godpappy is messy. Baby, this lawyer done did her homework. Monica, we're loving you. So that is what that basically means. Okay. Now, the third affirmative defense is estoppel. Now, I told some people I was going to say it like that. So that's why I'm saying it like that. Estoppel. Okay. Now, if you want to know what estoppel means, because I had to go look this up, because again, I ain't a lawyer, a paralegal, a judge, or even a bailiff in the court. But this is what estoppel means. Estoppel is used to prevent people from being unfairly wronged by the inconsistencies of another person's words or actions. It can be used as an affirmative defense or to bar the relitigation of an issue. Estoppel. Okay, that's what's being used here. As a result of plaintiff's own conduct and action, plaintiff is estopped. He is estopped in whole or in part from asserting any of their claims against the responding party and or recovering any damages from this responding party. So stop all of your actions, stop all of your allegations, stop asserting things, because we're stopping the recovery of damages, baby. Okay. Remember, we all was saying that all them videos was going to come back to haunt him in the end. Baby. Either Monica be following on social media, she did a Google search, or she been looking up things, or somebody was presenting videos to her. Okay. Fourth affirmative defense is a waiver. So plaintiff has waived each of its claims against this responding party and his rights to recover any damages against this responding party because of plaintiff's own conduct, actions, and or omissions, which means that all of those twists, turns, and different narratives that James has given looks like those are what are going to be used against him, his own words, his own actions, okay? Consent and ratification, which is the fifth affirmative defense, says by virtue of plaintiff and his agent's conduct and actions, okay? And his agent's conduct and actions, each of the causes of action in plaintiff's complaint are barred in whole or in part by the doctrine of expressed consent, implied consent, and or ratification of the acts, omissions, and conduct alleged in the plaintiff's complaint. This defense is alleged in the alternative and does not admit to any of the allegations contained in the complaint. So we are not admitting to anything. We're not pleading guilty. We're not doing none of that. Okay. Now, unclean hands. This one I found very interesting. Sixth affirmative defense. Each purported cause of action contained in plaintiff's complaint is barred in whole or in part by plaintiff's unclean hands by virtue of plaintiff's own acts and or omission to act or omission to act of others chargeable to plaintiff. This chargeable to plaintiff means they're holding James accountable for the actions that others have done on his behalf. Okay, so the Tamar videos, the Robert video, the road manager that spoke out, the LaTroy Davis videos, all of that stuff is being charged against him. So now here we have the seventh affirmative defense, lack of damages. Plaintiff's claims are barred because plaintiff has not been damaged by alleged acts of this responding party. Okay, so what I'm getting off of this basically is there hasn't been any evidence that has been submitted to the court to back up any of these claims. All right. So where is the emergency room bill, the ambulance ride bill, the dental bill? Where's all these bills and pictures and videos that are supposed to back up what happened? Because if there was evidence there, where is it? Child. Now, other affirmative defenses reserved. Okay, this responding party hereby gives notice that he intends to rely on such other and further affirmative defenses as may be discovered and become available in this action, and hereby reserves the right to assert as such defenses. Wherefore, the responding party prays, which is Chrisean's party, prays for judgment as follows. 1. The plaintiff takes nothing by way of the complaint, and the defendant be dismissed. Meaning, release Chrisean from this civil case because he should. We waiving. We good. Let her go. All right. Number 2. To the extent to which law, equity, and contract allows for reasonable attorney's fees. So he need to pay her attorney fees. Okay. Number 3. For costs of suit herein, pay for the court costs. And 4, for such other and further relief as the court deems just and proper. Meaning, if the judge and the court deems that she should be compensated, it should be just and proper, okay? And this is signed by Monica on October 2nd of 2024. Child, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is how you respond to a court case. It looks like this is going to get spicy. Once again, very proud of Chrisean turning over, this leaf and this having this drive of handling her business. She actually got herself a lawyer that seems like she is not going to play the radio with none of this, all right? Because we all saw that this story was ever changing and evolving. James has told multiple versions of this story, whether people like to hear it or not. That's a fact. His story has changed and evolved from the night that he decided to speak out. And everyone else's stories have changed and evolved. Everyone told different versions of it. And I get it. Everybody has different perspectives based on where they were or how they interpreted the situation to be or how it played out for them. However, the worst thing that everyone could have done was get up here on this here Porternet, okay, on Chrisean and Chrisean Jesus's internet, and tell what they felt happened. Everybody should have kept their mouth shut, not said a word, left it alone, and taken it to court. But now, y'all was loud and boisterous with it, and look, you done jammed yourselves up, hemmed yourselves up, and James, you done talked yourself out of litigation. All right. Now, I know that Chrisean did plead guilty in the criminal side of the case where the state of California picked up these charges and she pled guilty, but she took a plea agreement in order for her to get the deal that she got, because I don't think she knew that when she took that plea, she was going to Oklahoma. So she took the plea to get the 30 days and to get the 1-year probation that she got with California. And I'm quite sure that if she has Monica on this case with her, Monica is going to find a way to get her out of this. I know she knows about the other case, and I trust that with 30 years of being a practicing lawyer in the state of California, that she knows what she's doing. But as with all of Chrisean's court cases, we will keep you posted as to what is going on. We will bring you the court docs. We will bring you the breakdown on everything. And we definitely will be following the progress of this, because we all want to know what the outcome of this case is going to be, because it was held in a very public court of opinion. But y'all, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. Thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in. High vibes to you, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all.